Hey guys, welcome back to the Beyond channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why I moved overseas at the age of 25. Basically give you some background as to why I did it, where I actually am, and what I've actually learned being here. If you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm not really sure what this channel is going to be about. I've sort of just created this as a documentation tool to look back on, but also to help teach others that may be considering doing something like this, or is just interested or intrigued or curious to see what it's like. But yeah, I'll start off. So I moved to Thailand last year, end of last year, around October 2023, and the reason for that was that I was in a sort of a, probably not a dark period of my life, but a period of sort of lacking some sort of direction or meaning. I was working, a job, a sales job, probably doing about 65 plus hours a week, and I'd sort of been doing that on and off for the last sort of 5 years, and I just wanted some change. I think during the COVID period, I certainly would have gone traveling sooner if it wasn't for COVID. But as soon as that COVID finished, I sort of, stuck out for another year of my job, and then I was like, look, I've had enough. I just want to do something a little bit more different, and sort of see the world a bit more. And I think at the time, it just wasn't fitting my sort of lifestyle that I wanted, the job, and that's perfectly fine. Looking back, I don't beat myself up too much about that. And I think, as soon as I moved over here, I'm currently in Thailand, Southeast Asia. It's just been probably the reset is the right word that I was needing, to sort of look at my life and go, what can I do next to get myself back on the right track. At the time, I was going through a little bit of depression and anxiety. And looking back, it probably has been a part of my life for a lot longer than just that year. But I needed to deal with it. And so coming over here was certainly the reset, as I used the word before, the reset I needed, because it just made me get back into tune with myself. And luckily I had the savings behind me due to working since I left high school, basically, which did help. But coming over to Thailand, it's a lot different to where I grew up in. So I was in Australia. I grew up in Australia, and I'm not bagging Australia out at all. I think Australia's great. I just needed a sea change, and I think Thailand, out of all the places, being pretty close to Australia as well, was the obvious choice for me. And cost of living over here is, I guess it's all relative, but food is a lot cheaper. And I think what you can get to maximize your money over here was the obvious choice for me. That's why I came here. But getting into the spirituality side of Buddhism as well over here, because that's the main religion over here, has definitely helped with my sort of outlook and mental health, as well, and trying to have some sort of belief system with that to try and get into touch with was definitely helped. The next point I sort of want to make is that being over here has probably made my outlook on life, it's probably adjusted my outlook on life. I think coming over here, I definitely knew what I wanted. I sort of wanted just that more simple lifestyle. It's definitely slower paced over here. I must admit, coming over here, I didn't have a plan at all, and I've been here for about 8-9 months now, and it's really just been a whole lot of nothing, which is, it's not been entirely that, but it's been more of a, because I've never really had a year off, so to speak. I never had a true gap year, so to speak, since leaving high school. So for me, it was sort of just getting back into what I like doing. I started up like an AFL YouTube channel where I talk about AFL. And then this one here was more of a, I'm not really sure yet, just more of a documentation tool. And I thought I'd start it now because I've sort of been procrastinating about it. But I think now that I've done it, I definitely want to sort of make more, show you guys what Thailand's all about, just more exploration videos of Thailand. But yeah, it's also important to remember that, you know, if you're unhappy with where you are currently, it might not just be the environment. So to put into context, back in Australia where I was, there's nothing wrong with where I was in Australia. I'm not trying to say Australia is bad and Thailand's the best. Certainly not saying that at all. I think it comes down to what you make of it, and what you're willing to, I guess, do in that time if you are to up and leave it, because it is a big choice. And I think with the way everything is back in Australia, you know, it is very much the rat race. It's very much the, you know, you've got to get the house at a certain age. You've got to start having a family at a certain age. There's a lot of pressure, and you know, being a young man or young woman, female, it's pretty, like, this sort of period of like your mid-20s, there's a fair bit of pressure, I think. And that's why I just needed to step back and have a reset, and come to Thailand was just that. I definitely know that when I go back, which is very soon to Australia, that I'll be back into that. But I think with my values being realigned with more what I'm wanting, I'll definitely be looking for a job that's a lot more suited to my lifestyle, not working, you know, 6 days a week, that sort of thing. And having more time to do YouTube stuff and being able to talk to you guys. I think that's more what I want to sort of aim for, and I think that's definitely achievable. Again, it's what you make of it, no matter where you are in the world. But I must admit, coming over to Thailand, it's definitely made me appreciate that, you know, depression, anxiety is treatable, and that, you know, growth certainly isn't linear. But sometimes the biggest risks are worth taking, and you know, this was obviously a bit of a risk, but at the end of the day, I think it's certainly paid off in the long term, because it's given me more of a deeper understanding of, you know, what I want to live and lead my life as, and I think, you know, doing YouTube is you know, it's a small part of that, but it's certainly something that it's getting me back in touch with my creativity, and, you know, most importantly, trying to help other people. I think that, you know, that's really important as well, in any sort of society that we may live in. So I think as well, like, moving abroad has certainly, as I said, been the reset that I needed. And if you are sort of stuck in your life, you know, it might be family related, it might be relationship related, it could be, you know, or work related, like it was for me. You know, there's no harm in having a reset, and I think that's what I'm trying to get at here in this video, is like, you can, it's okay to have a reset in this sort of hustle culture where it's like time is of the essence. You better, you know, make the money and keep it coming in, and not really having time to reflect. I think because we're in a attention deficit society, with our phones and whatnot, what's the next latest greatest gadget, what's the next greatest car, constant, like, what's the next iPhone, like, it's just constantly bombarding you to try and get the next thing, whilst also eating away at your bank account and going, well, I've just earned this much, now I've got like $300 to spend on groceries at Woolies and Coles, but because of the price gouging, I can only, you know what I mean, afford X amount. So yeah, I think coming over here to Thailand is just nice, because one, I can't really speak the language, so I don't have to really talk to that many people, but I am learning the language over here, of course. A little bit like Pomcha Bailey, Pom Ayu Yisip Habi Kab. That means I am Bailey. I am 25 years old. So small. I can nit noi, small talk, Thai, Pom Pasatai. But yeah, it's one of those things where I never really thought I'd come to Thailand or speak Thai. But you just adapt as a human, and I think adaptability, flexibility as a human being is probably one of the greatest sort of strengths and power. Onto that, I think being able to freely up and leave a situation or place or a person that doesn't sit with you quite well, like it just you can actually up and leave a situation that doesn't really fit you as a person, is actually a power. So I think that's one thing to remember, is that if you're not happy with a relationship, or you're not happy with like members of your family or workplace, there is power in upping and leaving. It's not weakness at all, because it means you're in choice, and people that are in choice have power. So I think that's another thing to remember, is not getting too caught up in what other people think. At the end of the day, it's your life, it's your decision. And if you're not happy about something, change it. There's no point going through the motions of life and going, this is it, this is my life. There is no time for you to even settle for less than what you want. And I think that's an important message that I want to convey in this video, is that I wasn't happy with the current situation I was in, the workplace. I had enough saved up. I sort of had budgeted what it would cost me to come over to Thailand, what sort of visa I was going to get. I needed to obviously learn a language or do Muay Thai to stay in Thailand for about a year. So I'd worked all that out, done the research, and then coming over here was just like, okay, whatever I need to do to get my mind, my mental health, anxiety, or basically on the right path, whether that be reading books, looking at material, having strategies in place to help me with that, to regain my power, my belief, is definitely something that I'll be forever grateful for, because I know not everyone can do it, but it comes down to how bad you want to do it and how badly you want to get better. And I've done it all. I've self-sabotaged. I've had low self-worth and self-esteem. But once you find that voice and that power within you to get up, move, and make change, I think you're halfway there. And it's better to be halfway there than not even start at all. And so that's the power of this video that I want to convey to you guys. That if you are obviously struggling with family, mental health, workplace, relationship, whatever it may be, that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And I know I'm making this video like 8-9 months into my stay here in Thailand, but I just wanted to at least just put it out there, because it's just if it helps one person, this video, then I've done my job, and I'm happy that it can change someone's life, so for the better. So apart from that, guys, I think I'll keep you updated with other stuff. I might make some other videos, and as I said, this channel is more of it was like a car channel, but then I've changed it into sort of just wanting to help people around sort of everyday life people. I've worked in sales. I've dealt with a lot of people in the 5 years that I was selling, and it's something that I've just wanted to do for a long time. So as I said, if I can help someone, that to me makes my day. And comment down below what sort of position you're in, and if you're willing to make change, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Take care.